It's Vertigo. It's the one that we've been waiting for. It's FURIA. It's 100 Thieves. And boy, oh boy, do I love me some Vertigo.
Mission Control has been in touch, Harry. They've let me know that 100 Thieves have won the knife round. They have gone with that CT-sided start. I'd say keep your eyes out for Art on this T-side. He loves getting up that scaffolding position, being a bit of a nightmare, being a bit of a nuisance. If you've watched this series already, you know what you're in store for. Well, let's find out how much stock there is. Harry, take us away. It's 100 Thieves. It's FURIA.
Woo! We got that drop, baby! Liaz and Az are inside of the B site, and they might have a couple of drops coming their way as well as the smokes and the flashes and everything else is going in. It's leading the charge for FURIA as they now move up through this ramp. It is fast, it's ferocious, it's so damn FURIA, but bailing out his teammate is Liaz. Does get dropped in the meantime, a very heavy rotation. We got everybody here inside of the B site. It is utter chaos right now. Oh, gonna get another. Henny follows up. JKS now the only defender left on the other side of that smoke, and he meets his maker. Jacob left all alone and cancelled out by FURIA.
That's a lovely little pistol round for FURIA. Sometimes the issue with these B rushes is you get too stuck in, right? You overcommit, you lose the first man, and then you just fall apart trying to hunt the kills. FURIA don't do that. They stay, they sit around on the Tetris, they take those left eye peeks, and dangerous as they are, they get away with a round, they get away with the kills. So, yeah, I like that from FURIA. Nice and slow and steady. We also see more and more teams running these XX smokes towards B, right? You see that right side gen smoke. Big ran around the other day where they threw a left one as well. But no waiting, no breaking, back into the action. It's a force buy for the Thieves. And well, Jacob's going to get his life stolen away. Art up the scaffolding, as we've come to expect. Scout shot's not hitting, and they need to because Art is running through. Yuri does the same, and he gets a double. That's the A site open for business. Okay.
Right. Well, that's an interesting turn of events here up at the A site. Also, look at where Yuri is. He's in CT spawn. And Liaz, he's in middle. And I'm in Cologne.
Thanks, Harry.
You, well, you're probably at home. Not you specifically, Hugo.
No.
You're right here as well. Although this feels like home.
Depending on how many OTs we go to, we might have to sleep in the studio. It's always an option.
I would love that.
That was actually an option, if you remember earlier in the year, Harry.
That was something that was considered.
When we got kicked out of our hotel, and then we got kicked out of our hotel again.
Yeah, I did the famous 7 rooms over 7 nights.
That was true.
In 2 separate hotels.
Yeah. The Golden Mile.
Fun, you know, yeah.
Sounds like the worst film ever.
Yeah, we call it the Boeing because it's the 7 for 7. That was like how we linked it all together.
That was actually the worst week.
I thought it was pretty great. I really went on like a thorough and in-depth tour of the German hospitality system. I can tell you in and out now what hotels are like here, because I've seen it all.
Luckily, you haven't seen the sofa in the ESL offices, but there's always time, Harry. There is always time.
I was hoping that Joe Miller had like a pull-down like bed in his office or something I could have slept in.
bed.
Bunk bed. He's on the top, you're on the bottom.
That would be fun. Ooh.
Bunking with Joe.
Well, I'm excited about that. Let's go. Anyway, this round, it is just pistols right now for 100 Thieves. Henny creeping out into middle. Makes a bit of presence and then backs away. Ramp going to be taken here by FURIA as they move up towards the A site. 100 Thieves, they've stacked very heavily over towards B. And he's looking for a stat pad round.
Who isn't?
Oh, look at this. They're leaving A. They've decided, actually, you know what? Something about this ain't right. Let's go to B. And as they've done that, 100 Thieves who were on B have decided, well, hang on. Something about this ain't right. Let's go to A. And boy, oh boy. It's like watching the sun and the moon try and chase each other down right now.
Yeah, Art's selling this fake so well. Harry, you're poetic, by the way. You should write a book or a series of really short stories.
Yeah, man. I'll get working on it. Harry's really short stories. They're like 10 words long and everyone tells a different tale.
Harry's haikus.
I could write a haiku. I could write a mean haiku. I could. Maybe that was one. I was off on the syllables on the final line. But look at this, Liaz. He's saved himself a little AK. Well, I say that. Like, he has the AK now. But will he have the AK at the end of the round?
He dropped out of the map.
Hey, Liaz, that's smart. He throws the AK away. Keserato's looking for it. It's a long way down to get it, bud. 3-0 for FURIA.
Respect for that, because that's not, you know, it's easy to say when you're sitting here, you're watching pros play, and these guys know how good they are, right? Like, Liaz, I'm sure, has so much confidence in his ability there, but realistically, FURIA, they're chasing you from every position. What are the chances you're getting out of there alive? Probably pretty low. So, respect. And he knows he's got a gun here anyway. He knows he's got the money. So, he actually makes the right call there. As crazy as that is to think, you know? Well, let's find out what 100 Thieves have to show for us here. No AWP, aggression from JKS, counteracting FURIA's own style, but they're going to swing. They expected it. They hear the footsteps and they deal with it. I love that when teams, oh dear, the wallbang as well. Oh no, it gets worse and worse. Another man on the A side. Art might not expect it, but Asa needs to pounce, he needs to strike, and he will get one. Henny with a bomb could lose it, but he actually gets a chance to back up. Asa retreating to the site. I love it when teams hide at the bottom of A ramp, right? Like, so many CTs expect you to rush that, and if you're not rushing it, then you're not there. Well, that's not the case. Liaz shoots Keserato in the face, and he is in a very tough clutch.
Oh!
Yeah.
Throw
it out the map.
Is getting throw it again, Liaz. Oh no. You've dodged all this util, but it might all be in vain. He only takes 1 damage. Now, if that isn't a Molotov I've thrown, I don't know what it is. Molotov, not going to find him, but this will be the save call for Liaz. 4-0 now for FURIA. Of course, I love that we're ending on Vertigo to end this series. I really do. Not only is it a great map to watch a team like FURIA play on, it's a great map in general, but more than that is I hope it gives us a tight fight for this playoff position, because this entire game now is all or nothing.
Yeah, FURIA won 16-11 back on Vertigo when we saw these guys play a DreamHack Masters. Now remember, I don't think you can look too much into the past results considering how Inferno went last time versus this time. In fact, almost the opposite. So, worth noting. But FURIA, yeah, they're definitely favorites. We said it before the series started. They won the veto. They are very happy about this map. And I think, you know, I would have done the same thing if I'm 100 Thieves. I would have picked CT side, but I think FURIA also want that. I think they want the T side start. You know, set the pace, be aggressive. You're so comfortable here. You know what you're doing. And they've been very impressive on this map as of late. Oh, he might see defeat now. This is a horrible wallbang. It just doesn't do any damage. It's broken. Val, fix, please. But regardless of that, he's not going to see Liaz. So waiting for the smoke to fade. That molly always going to push JKS in or out, and it will do neither. It hits the smoke. Molotov coming maybe a bit too early, and there's so many CTs here fighting tooth and nail for the site. JKS gets one. It's traded. Liaz is still here, but he's firing off or blind, and they're hounding him down, or at least trying to. They won't commit. Yuri tries to back off. He's being pushed up, though. Liaz does take him down as that smoke lands. And B has been wrapped by Henny in middle. He's caught a timing. He's spotted Asa. Whipped shot, but he should be able to take him down. Vinny will do the damage. And now FURIA, they have the site.
This is one of the best spots 100 Thieves have been in, though. So they are going to give it a go. Gratisfaction flashing them in. Vinny, not even blinded, man. He's hungry for these kills now. Flashback out. Another one to follow. Vinny, so damn blind, and yet still putting up numbers. Can't even see, and he's still such a threat. Just leaving Jacob all alone in this 1v2. There's the peek from the back, and Henny going to help his teammate out. Vinny is a slippery man indeed, as he somehow stays alive and puts up numbers.
That's so sad for Jacob. Can we get an F for that? Because if he was holding a second longer, Henny would have peeked into him and he might have had that kill. But trying to be patient, unfortunately, you can't wait forever as a CT. You know those Ts are anti to take fights, scared that you're walking up on them. But yeah, you can't wait forever, simply. And 5-0 for FURIA in control again. As we learned from the series, let's judge it round by round rather than assume anything is done. We've had comebacks on both sides. Not in the first map, but more in the second. Sneaky, sneaky Vinny. out through the smoke. He's bottom B right now. No one knows. No one's fighting for it. It's just Liaz at the back of the site. We have a double mid setup, and that's not where the T's are hanging around. Obviously, as a CT, you're scared of someone holding the gens or just any of those angles in middle, so you don't want to push, but pushing mid can open up so many options, so many availabilities to you, and they might need to, because FURIA, they're rushing A.
And they go over it short. JKS is only good for one. Gratisfaction posted up back in CT spawn. Oh, Yuri's gone above and also beyond. He's got 3. This round has been laid to rest. Liaz is not having a very fun game here. Every round he's like, right guys, I'll save, I guess. You know, like 1v4, what can I do? He hears Vinny down towards B, so he at least knows not to go there if he wants to hold on to the M4. Man, this is rough for Liaz. This can feel horrible as well. Like, you know, the amount of times I feel like I've seen players be in his position where, like, you're always the guy saving and you never even get to play in rounds. And it feels like they go cold. Now, he's top of the charts right now for 100 Thieves. Like, he is head and shoulders above anyone else on the team to begin this game. But it's still very early days. And you don't want to feel like you're one guy that's still clearly feeling it somewhat is just being left to not even get to play.
Yeah, that is a sad reality, the life of a B anchor on many maps, right? Think about that. Think about, well, I guess it depends on the game. You could say Inferno, but it really just depends on the game plan. You'll often have, if you're getting wrecked, think of that Heretics Fnatic game we had the other day. It's like Keo and his teammate on A just saving round after round because you lose B in the opening 30 seconds. Sometimes it's just like that, man. And there's not a lot you can do about it. Because the one round, Harry, you know, the one round you rotate off of B, try and help your team, they go B. So, nice little bit of aggression.
Well, Liaz was like, I'll go in first this time. I make sure I get to... Oh, hang on. Vinny's in the corner. Of course he is. K-Serato's even holding on to these weapons. And this round here should be dealt with nicely. JKS, headphones unplugged, of course, as Art's running into the back line. Not quite able to follow up. Jacob's Deagle is a deadly sight to behold, but he's not given much of a chance. There's 2 weapons dropped at B, and so that's what 100 Thieves are gearing towards right now. They weren't able to get thrown away by K-Serato. And so by holding on to these, you know, it gives you a nice little buffer into this next round. You're going to have full utility. You're going to be able to bring the AWPs out.
Yeah, give me another one. Go mid. I don't know. Anywhere. Just remember how important Grat was back on Mirage, right? He had a bit of a resurgence there. Well, obviously a difficult map to AWP on, but he's 0-6. And this save, not just for the gun, but also for the pride. Don't want to go 007. That is... The pride, yeah. What else am I going to say there? But... yeah, if he can come alive, if he can take an A spawn, he's got a bit of money here, you'll see. Ooh. I imagine he'll have the AWP. I'd love to see him take that quick A peek, right? You can actually catch off on the best T spawn up towards A. But again, FURIA, they haven't like been rushing the A site. Not off of spawns at least. I'm sure they will at some point, but it's not a necessity to do that by any means. Especially not when you're 7-0 up. So I'd love to see Grat try and take an aggro position, try and you know, get a pick early. He's been sitting in mid, often rotating. But as we know, those smokes come down on the A site and on either side, and there's just so little you can do at times, having to play retake. And FURIA have been doing so much damage through these smokes too.
Oh, we got that AWP. We got Gratisfaction over in mid and... that's brutal. JKS through the smoke. And now FURIA, they get that kill, but they don't commit. They don't even go any further than that ramp room. They just take the free kill while they've got it, and now they look to commit to B. The rotates have shuffled around for 100 Thieves, and this B site, rather, is now empty. Liaz trying to hold it from middle, has dealt with one through the smoke, and so he's opened up a 4-on-4. He's made this round feel doable for 100 Thieves. Jacob is even wrapping in through ramp, but K-Serato is waiting for it, being as slimy as he possibly can, holding this backline position. That leaves the 3-on-3 open to 100 Thieves inside of the bomb site. K-Serato can play late around this bomb as long as he wins the fight onto Jacob.
Mollies are in. Keserato spotted the flank. He has a volley of his own to drop at the back line, but he'll just go back for the fight. The pure confidence. Nice shot from the AWP, but it's going to need to be fast here for 100 Thieves as time ticks away and the wall bangs and smoke spams. They continue to line up damage. No one's even tapped this bomb. No one's even touched it. And this round is done. Grat already knows it. Running away to save his AWP. And 8 rounds to 0 for FURIA, keeping up this occasion. Dear, oh dear. I've just loved the calling on this T side so far. Even right there where they get that A pick and they just walk in through the B smoke. They've done that time and time again. No one has been playing for stairs on the CT side, which you understand why. A difficult spot that can get flashed out pretty easy. But despite the retake nades, despite everyone coming in together, it's still not enough. FURIA, they just bleed the clock out. Keserato also taking that fight as risky as it is. He realizes he can't just drop the molly because, firstly, if you drop that molly, you'll probably get peeked immediately. But also, there's a way that that flank player can like peek the stairs and take out his teammates who are playing that exact position. So he kind of has to fight that. That round relies on his kill. And once he gets it, FURIA, they just have to wait. And no reason to move considering there was no bomb defuse.
Azza mollied out in middle, confined to a little corner. Gratisfaction trying to go for the short peek, burns in that Molotov and doesn't get rewarded for it. Now Art, so deep already up the ramp, was looking for an early advantage. There are some nice nades bouncing off the crane to find this damage onto FURIA. Wow. And now they back out of ramp. They know they've forced rotations. It's back to B around the world. A tour of Vertigo brought to you by Art and Friends. Now into this B site. Kill for Liaz, but it's only one. Rotations coming in. Azza, you can see now, taking up this position, gets Molotov'd out. This man, more of a moth. He's attracted to the flames and he's going to burn in it. 3-on-3, the bomb, guess where it's going? The tour guide's back into the A site now, but is it really the A site? Oh. I don't know. They make noise on the crossing. They forced rotations back. 100 Thieves, they're thinking, ha ha ha, they're committing to A. We've got them, boys. We made the right call, but it's back over, and now it is to A. What's going on? Do FURIA even know where this is going? I certainly don't, and I have X-Ray. They're down at the bottom of ramp. They're creeping on up. 100 Thieves, they're now kind of doubting themselves. Is it A? Is it B? I don't know. And everything falls silent just for a moment. FURIA getting set up over towards short. Yuri's still at B, still determined to make this B play happen. If you're going to get value out of Yuri, he needs to be making noise. He needs to be drawing these rotations over, but he's got no utility to do that. They're leaving this down to the wire. 100 Thieves rotating back in. Yuri's been spotted, and now they think, all right, boys, it's B. We got it. Yuri here alone. The rest of the gang in A, and they might not even be needed because Yuri mopping the roundup. JKS left in a 1v2.
That is ridiculous. I thought surely that would come back to bite FURIA with 20 seconds on the clock as they're creeping up A short. No way. 100 Thieves, all it took was a couple of shots on that B bomb site for them to doubt themselves and fully rotate as a 3-man unit back towards that B bomb site. I can't imagine how confusing that must have been to play, but yeah, it felt like FURIA had absolutely flunked that round once they actually committed to A after faking A, or, you know, just back and forth and back again. 100 Thieves, you can tell they're jittery. You can tell they're nervous. It's showing in the gameplay. Just getting dragged around like FURIA's weird voodoo doll. They're throwing it across the room. A 9-0. It's like Inferno all over again, but in such a different fashion, such a different style, such a different map, for crying out loud. And 100 Thieves, it's yeah, it's all coming back to the start of the series. They've got more money. They've got another AWP. The buy is good, but I mean, that's me looking for positives. Got to do something with it. Grat's going for that A peek at least. He's going to cross sandbags.
Art's given us a classic up through the short smoke, but JKS was holding for it, ready and raring to go to put a stop to Art and his aggressive maneuvers. 5-on-4, 100 Thieves, first time in a long time that they've had a man advantage. And they want to do everything they can to keep it that way. Preemptive rotation from Gratisfaction into CT. Or Azza, rather, not Gratisfaction. He's over towards A ramp. Couldn't be further from the truth. Vinny creeping up B stairs. Liaz jiggling on the double box, and Vinny never saw him. Liaz might get away with a kill here because Vinny didn't have the info, but he's still going to land the shot. And now Azza moving into position on default. Whoa! Almost gets caught. Running around, darting around in the back of the site. Molotov going to force him out into the open, and now maybe a sitting duck. Down he goes. Azza falling 3-on-3 as FURIA. They've reclaimed that man disadvantage.
But look at the bomb.
It's going back. Or is it? Flash for Vinny. No one blind. And JKS going to find the frag. Keserato and Yuri left in this one. Very low on HP and running out of time as well. Keserato, the bulk of this round is going to fall onto his shoulders. And for these fights, decide it all. He falls right away. And for Yuri, as good a game as he's having, 14-4 on the scoreboard, he knows that this round is undoable.
Saddest part about this is you don't even want to save, because look at the money. It's just not interesting to you. No loss bonus though, so no reason to go for this, considering you'd almost certainly die. Vinny, yeah, the reason he doesn't see Liaz behind the site is he's walking on an entry and staring at his crosshair. His head must be like next to the monitor, like Xantara's style. And as a result, he doesn't see Liaz. He still hits a shot. He then tries to go wide, spots Azza, freaks out with a smoke in hand, and he throws the smoke off the map. Like, very weird, but not a worry at all. Better than smoking himself off on that position at least. And 9-1, finally the curse is lifted. It's broken, albeit temporarily perhaps, since 100 Thieves finding a round. FURIA, they're going to respond. A faster A approach again. They throw this close sandbag smokes. I like that smoke, because what it's doing is it's denying the Molotov that 100 Thieves are trying to throw over the crane. Usually have a lineup to bounce it on the crane and safely molly the A ramp. When it has come through, you know, sometimes they're throwing HEs, so it's not a worry, but sometimes that smoke is putting out the Molotov, and so that's kind of cool for FURIA. It also lets you walk up, right, without the fear of getting close peaked on the angle. The AWP is out in mid for Art. And he is just creepy crawling his way forward as a little nade, not going to do a whole lot of damage. And 100 Thieves have no idea how deep this mid control is.
Yeah, no utility being thrown out from FURIA, and as a result, like, you're just not ready for them to be so deep within middle. Jacob now head on a swivel, almost lining up the double, but he looked away too soon. And it falls to Gratisfaction. He's got 1 kill to his name right now. He was one of the stand-up players back on Mirage. We need that Gratisfaction back in the server now more than ever. In this 1v2, Keserato donning the AWP, playing inside of the ramp area, has Yuri falling back to join him. 2 flashes on Grat, that's all he's got. That's something at least to give him a bit of an edge in these fights. Doesn't want to give up his position just yet while he tries to piece together where these players are. He's even now picked up a smoke from the body of Azza in the site. Gratisfaction with the flashbang is going to get the job done. A second on the board for the 100 Thieves. And Gratisfaction might have only had 1 kill to his name going into this round. He finishes it with 3 and a second on the board for the rest of his team.
Grabs the AWP on the last tick as well. Very last, so fast fingers for Grat. And great call. He even knew, he even worked it out where Yuri was. No doubt about it. And closes out the round. That's a frustrating one. But, you know, this scoreline, you don't need to worry about it too much if you're FURIA. That being said, it could be the building block. It could be 100 Thieves getting back into the action here. The AWP is continuing as a result, and Art's brought up one of his as well. Back to middle. We've been seeing him take this AWP over Henny a lot in this series, right? Although it's often back and forth, and we've seen even 3 AWPers at times in this game for FURIA. Art donning that primary here on the T-side Vertigo. Oh, the spam. It's good for JKS. Looked like he was about to get caught, but the trace is working in his favor, and he finds Henny.
Art wants revenge. He's not happy with the way that Henny was done in that round. Oh,
Tough.
well, he went looking for revenge, and he didn't exactly get the gratification he was looking for. Instead, he got the Gratisfaction he wasn't looking for. So now into this 3-on-5 and a B play for FURIA. But 100 Thieves, you know, they've dealt with this now a couple of times. They've kind of got into the ebbs and flows of this FURIA T side, and they're already positioned with 3 players over here towards B. Now, you know, as we've learned, FURIA, they don't have to commit necessarily where they're showing you, and that's what's happening here. But in going back to A, they are left in the firing line of this AWP on Gratisfaction.
I feel like this is one of the hardest maps to come back from man deficit or like two-man deficit on the T side. That certainly helps though. Serato, big kill up on A. Isn't going to draw rotations, not when Yuri's selling a fake. He's looking for kills. They want to remove the man from the background here. They're actually rotating towards him. They're going into the stack. They should be heard. 100 Thieves not giving anything up. I love this passive play. Liaz is going to look for a kill. He strays back to the site. There's the flashbang. Yuri, he needs a kill or this round is done. And there is that kill. Final bullets. He gets it as well. As a dead. The bomb plant allowed. JKS can't stop it. There's too much cover. There's too much support. And now the retake has to happen.
This was a 4-on-3. This was no time for FURIA, and yet Yuri has made this round possible. Takes another before getting dealt with. It's all onto Jacob now, and the AWP case. Oh, he's hopped on by. Oh, he gets down. And now Jacob trying to get on this bomb. He taps it, trying to bait the peek, but Serato still hidden, not giving anything over. Taps it again. In with the re-peek is Serato, and he's going to nail the shot. 10 for FURIA, double digits secured. And Serato is 16 HP in an AWP. Proves good enough in the clutch.
He was calling his bluff as well. He could have stuck that. He could have stuck the bomb. And Serato had no intention, no interest in going for that fight. Obviously, the second time around, you never know. You have to give it a go. And frustrating for R, but hey, 3-on-5 that FURIA wins somehow, some way. Yuri, you talked about him earlier having a great game. Look at these shots. He had 3 bullets left in the mag, and he takes down 2. Oh dear, the flash into mid is very good. Nice bit of utility through the windows, and Henny, fully blind, spots the mid push. Now, off that call, FURIA can elevate the pace. They know for a change, one of these sites is going to be underguarded. Oh dear. Oh dear, Yuri. He almost finished the kill there, but instead gets spammed through the smoke. There's a player on boost. I don't know if they're ready for that.
Jacob's been waiting patiently. And
Another 3-on-5.
He didn't get away with it. He didn't get away with the kill. That means that Art is still a threat here with this AWP. They move in. Pack Animal or 100 Thieves. They're grouping up. Vinny through the smoke. There's 1, there's 2, but shut down by JKS. Art and Serato bail them out, and it's a 3v5 for FURIA. 11 now on this T side. 100 Thieves, they get it close on the back of those pistols. I do like how on these fan cams we keep like having a few familiar faces cropping up time and time again. I think it shows some real dedication. If you're not just here to watch one team, you're here to watch all the teams.
Someone even had their Twitter on the screen there in big text. Talk about advertising yourself. I respect it.
You would never get that kind of stuff from just Harry GG on Twitter. Let me tell you now. Self-promotion, gross.
How dare you. 11-2. This is dominant. We've had signs of life. We've had a couple of close clutches for FURIA, but by and large, they've been in control and they've barely touched the middle. Now Art, he doesn't just touch it, he runs right through it. Liaz on the stairs. Oh, he jumps. That is a problem. He tries to get on top, and instead he gets put down 50 floors. It's a 5-on-3, but not in the way that it has been for the last couple of rounds. And yeah, this is a save. There's nothing you can do about it. And sadly, this time for 100 Thieves, we've had this in the past. FURIA haven't hunted. They've got the money now. They've got all the reason in the world to look for these kills and remove these guns going into the last round of the half. Someone stick with the bomb, but Serato, he's hunting them down. How does he hit that?
Gratisfaction and JKS are trying to save. Will they be allowed to? Look at this. They are getting hounded down from everywhere. Grat's gone. JKS, can he stay alive? Oh, he's in with a second. Just wants to get away with his M4. Please leave him be. Onto the AK, and Yuri swinging on out. It's 12 for FURIA. They deal with everyone, and they're shooting at the bodies. That's always a good sign as they're trying to get in 100 Thieves' heads.
Rent-free, I think, is the expression, and they're probably there right now. 12-2, 1 left of the half. FURIA looking to make it as dominant as can be. And, well, I say that, actually. Inferno was as dominant, almost as it can be. This one, a close second place, but this is going to be a first place for them by the looks of things, and potential playoff spot on the line. 100 Thieves have a lot to fight back for. JKS pushing down, but or Jacob rather, he's going to get caught regardless. And, well, JKS will follow. Maybe I was predicting the future. Grat flashing both his teammates. That is unfortunate. But, yeah, they got bigger problems on their hand, and they're in the form of Art running up onto the site. Big kill from Grat. It's traded in the molly. They shouldn't be ready for Azza, but he's thrown some utility that might give away his position. Liaz saving his teammate short-term, temporarily. Are they ready for this? Azza making noise. He's swinging out. He's going to get a trade, but there's so many more waves of T's. 2 more on this site.
Oh, Henny tapping them down. Azza in the 1v1, desperately trying to look for anything other than the MP9.
Oh.
And Henny closes the distance. It's 13 for Furia. It's 2 for 100 Thieves. Can they make a comeback happen here on Vertigo? Or is this the end of the road for the Aussies? Join us after a quick break to find out.
We're living for the moment now, we're one with the world. I can't lose this feeling I get. My heart's in the right place, and so is my soul, yeah. I won't take no excuses for it. Love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it forward. I'll give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. Yeah, no what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe, you'll find the key. Lifting me, lifting you. Can't go alone, let's do by two. Doing this together, it's me by you. All through the night, all through the night. This is me, this is you. When we get together, we can all pull through. I don't ever wanna stop this groove. Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what to say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yeah, it's what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like a chosen. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. You know what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no
Well, Furia considering the rebrand to Uria right now as he is hauling them over the finish line, whether they like it or not. 21 frags to his name, 8 deaths. And it feels like right now every one of these maps has been a chance for someone on Furia to showcase their skills in the best way possible. Mirage was a close affair. We went almost the full 30. It finished 16-13. But here on Vertigo, it could be a damn sight faster as Furia sit just a couple of rounds away from securing those playoffs.
Look at the grenades. We have 3 kits, or 3 belts of util and a kit on Queserato. Going in hard, 100 Thieves, trying to replicate that to the best of their ability. It's a slow crawl outside of A. FURIA did the same in the pistol, and 100 Thieves pushed into them and lost a lot of fights. Oh, that was a long, long time ago. 100 Thieves. They're going to move up eventually. FURIA will have the right guns for the job. USP's at a range. And Henny taps down. He's actually been flashed out. He's got to fall off. Yuri, same story, but he's got so many teammates on this A site. That's a quick trade. Vinny back in the angle. Jacob caught. He's flashed out, but he's now already worn off, and he can drop all of these grenades. That's a big kill for Grat to keep the utility intact. And now a man down off FURIA. They have a grenade for the plant. Art will throw it in, but it won't do a thing.
Okay, Serato lining up a flash to try and propel them back in. They still have a lot of utility here, and you want to see some of that used. They've got a smoke for this plant, but they're looking for kills right now. Kills that are not presenting themselves at present. Art closing the distance over towards short. He's going aggressive. Azza is holding for this peak. Gets the information. Smoke now on the bomb. Okay, Serato has that kit, and he's going to be sticking it. Azza. Oh, no, they get the kills. Thank goodness. It's 3 on the board for 100 Thieves. And, whoo.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah. Okay, so now they can try and build something up here.
Grat's got the bun as well. It's not just...
I'm liking it, man. It's making a comeback, 2020. Everyone's growing their hair out because, you know, no one was getting that cut for a hot minute.
Shaving it off or growing it out.
Yeah, those are the options, right?
I feel like Hugo, you're going to rock a mullet by the end of EPL.
No, absolutely not.
I just realized I didn't fit into that category. I have had the man bun and I have been bald. Wow. I was actually ahead of the time there.
Ahead.
Well, Liaz and Azza, they're going to creep into mid. This is a scary spot to be in for these pistols on FURIA's side. And I say that. I say that. It's actually not. It's actually a great place to be, as it turns out. Like we all expected, the USPs get the kills over in middle. Man advantage for FURIA. Gratisfaction trying to go aggressive, and he's going to catch Vinny in the boost. Looking for a little bit more is Gratisfaction. Bomb getting punched in by JKS. And now 100 Thieves fall back to hold this in the post plant. JKS is maneuvering his way out from the bomb site. Jacob floating around. Kill hungry is this man. He's not going to come back to hurt him. He is up against armorless players on the other side. And already Serato and co are running away. They're giving this round up. They're taking this with them into the next. 100 Thieves, they're going to get a 4th.
Unless they're planning to eco again and like sort of low buy and put armor and util in, I don't know why you wouldn't go for that if you're FURIA, right? You have such a lead. You have the guns. You assumedly will be buying next round, considering you ecoed for that. So I'm very interested to see, like, are you just going to throw these guns out? Okay, well, Serato, he's going to throw his life out. And then they go for the... Okay, so they go for exits. Like, fair enough, respectable, you know? You try and catch someone on the flank, but I would like to see them go into the site if that was their plan. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it was a done round. It was 100 Thieves certainly winning that, but... Yeah, I think that's a better call than saving the Galil and the MAC-10. Like... There's no point. You may as well buy an M4. You've got so many rounds, so many chances to shut this down, and they're going to go for it right here, right now. MP9 on Serato. M4's galore. It's allowed that utility as a result, and it's going to go down towards B. Bit of damage, nothing significant. JKS looking for a gap. Art's pushed B, or pushed A for a kill. Boost is coming through. This is great for Default and Jens. He might get that swing player, but he moves and falls off the top. Vinny spots him. And they never saw Serato in the site. That's a great kill for Azza. It's going to open up the mid to B. Serato's been spotted. He can get hounded down. He's trapped here, trying to smoke it out. How does he get that kill? It is surely traded, but 3 on 3. And look at those rotates. 2 players already coming towards B.
And with Henny holding the sandbags in this A site, he has got this on lockdown. So you can just commit to having 2 players in B for the side of FURIA. The thing that's even better about this sandbags position is if that bomb continues kind of teetering between the sides, if it was to rotate back to A, no one's checking sandbags at this point in the round. They are going to commit into this B site, and with the utility leaning their way in a very big fashion, they're going to be able to force these players out into the open. JKS wasn't holding for it, but he flicks back in time. Vinny now at the generators. Has to try and stand tall. He's good for one and even dinks down Azza. Henny, 1v2, but both these players are low. He's got to finish the job that the rest of the team started. And on the other side, it's two of the faces of Aussie CS in JKS and Azza. Left to keep this one in 100 Thieves' favor, but down goes JKS. Azza now in the clutch. 1v1 and close to the smoke. Spam, and he's going to find it. 5 on the board for 100 Thieves.
That was scary. There was a kit there as well. There was every chance to win that clutch. The fast flank down ramp doesn't fall for the fake. And 100 Thieves, they're just going to win it by the skin of their teeth. It's doable. I don't want to say it's not, because that would just be, you know, not giving credit to this team. But it's a long road to recovery. Much like we saw FURIA try to crawl back into Mirage. As soon as you get to that 13-13, that's when the cracks show. And they crumbled there.
I'm going to let everyone in on a little secret. Before this game, I said, I feel like it's going to be like, and I was just joking around, you know, I say, oh, it's going to be a 13-2 half, and then 100 Thieves come back, only to have it slipped away from them in the final moments. Now,
all too common, isn't it?
Suddenly, right, I feel like, what's like the opposite of jinxing? Like predicting?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I predicted this, Hugo.
It was a joke, Harry. Didn't actually predict it.
No, that's true. It was a joke, and jokes never mean what they say. I mean, I am a joke, yeah. So it works.
You mean what you say?
There's satisfaction over here at Rap, but he's got Jacob fighting with him. These pistols on the other side, a little boost getting thrown up. It might be the triple boost here.
No.
What are they looking for? Just that little boosted angle to spot down ramp.
Yeah, you can watch the scaffolding position from that. They've actually double boosted on A. Could we check that out? That's super cool. Seeing you know, these two towers. You can see, I think that's Yuri crouching, but when he stands up, he can spot if anyone's coming short. And this one's sick as well for Keserato. Lots of options available. Sadly, no options available because 100 Thieves, they're going B. This is like the perfect round to do that, though. You know, even though it's going to do nothing, it's a nice idea. And in a world where 100 Thieves go A, whoo, it could be something. But it's not.
So eloquent, Hugo. Az is holding the flank with Liaz here. That's what's happening. That's what we're looking at. Here it is. Liaz, there's one. No more as he gets taken down. Azza has support from JKS. Don't worry, because these two, they've got it under control. Actually, Keserato doing a lot of damage. I say that they have it under control. The JKS does. It's 6 on the board for 100 Thieves. FURIA coming in with another investment. And unlike the last time they had a full buy, this time they've got everything. They're no longer faced with that sacrifice of like running SMGs, but getting the utility in the kits. No, they've got rifles, they've got kits, they've got utility, they've got AWPs in play if they would like. And so this is the ultimate test for the 100 Thieves. If they're able to overcome this, then this comeback is well and truly underway. Yeah. If not, if it all falters now, then maybe it was never good enough to beat the Force buy anyway, or full buy rather.
Is it buy time or bye-bye time? That's the question, because the boost is being predicted. Oh no, Keserato moves off as it comes through. The flash is good, and he's still watching the general position. Okay, goes back for more. Double tap to take down JKS. Oh dear. 100 Thieves did that in the last rifle round, so FURIA were very ready for it this time. They will not be falling for your trickery this twice, rather. Another boost coming through. It's for Liaz. But, oh, look at it. It's being watched. It's being held. And... oh no, as soon as Leah stands up, he's going to get absolutely blown out. Banged through the wood. Henny's even got a pick, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, so it's not really getting a lot better here for the Thieves. One by one, they're falling short, but Azza will finally put up a kill here for the T side. Grab spots the jump. Keserato, he has stayed here for so long and stood tall without, you know, taking a fight or committing, just playing that crossfire. Vinny's going to peek with him. I love it. FURIA crunching, collapsing on their opposition. And 14-6. Well, Harry, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just shows, right, the moment that FURIA have all the pieces of the puzzle there, they immediately, you know, they don't just kind of edge it over the line to victory in that round. They do it cleanly. They lose one player in the whole thing. And that's scary, because now for 100 Thieves, well, they have this Force Spy, which even that is like pretty gross. You got a Galil and an AK and then some Tech 9s. Tech 9 time, let's go. Down here towards ramp, what can they do? I'm always unimpressed with the Tech 9, and I would love for this round to be the one that makes me finally switch to the Tech.
No.
But it's already not looking good, and it's about to look a whole lot worse. Oh, they're trying to retrieve the AK, and they have grabbed it, but, well, not for long, I guess. Azza already removed 2 players down here at bottom ramp. Come on, Liaz, with that Tech 9, give me some gold. Give me something big. This is it. It's your round. You've been playing your whole life in this game, and now you need to make it work. The Tech gets 1, and he's into the 1v4.
Faith restored, Harry, in the Tech? Not in Liaz, in the Tech?
No.
No. Good man. Oh, no. It's getting hot in here. Liaz, maybe you throw the gun off the map? I don't know. What else can you do at this point? They're coming for you, and they're coming fast. Nice shot, but he is getting flanked. I don't know how he gets out of there alive.
Me either.
Is he trying to save this? Because, again, like, you're against 14. I think at this point, you just got to give it everything you got, and you've been smoked off. So,
They kind of made the mind up for him, didn't they?
You want to save? Well, go save.
He's going to smoke through. He's going to flash through, but he won't be ready for a player boost. It doesn't matter. Henny deals with him anyway. 15 for FURIA, 1 away from ending 100 Thieves run here at ESL 1 Cologne and locking in their spot in the playoffs.
And there's more techs to stop them as well. No money here for 100 Thieves. Do the Tech, it's either first bullet headshot kill or 20 bullet spam, 0 shots connect. Like, that's it. It's just so bad when you spam it. People play it, including me, people play it like it's the old Tech, and you just can't. You think you can, because you're like, I can shoot loads of bullets. Surely one of them will hit. No, never does, never will. First or nothing. But regardless, it's, yeah, the CZ is not exactly a lot of fun either.
Even Liaz didn't reinvest in a Tech 9. I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah. You got to kill with it.
Art's over here at B, right? I'm always underwhelmed by the Tech 9. Now would be the time to see what it's made of. Jacob opens up. Now, Keserato playing at the back left here, playing this bait position. Is it worth it? Because right now he's lost his teammates. Oh, there it is. Keserato lines them up and knocks them down. Yuri and Henny 2-on-2 thanks to Keserato. He's given them a fighting chance in this round. Azza has retrieved this orb. Struggles to put it to good use right away and hasn't got this bomb down. This has bought even more time for Henny to rotate in. They spot Yuri crossing, and there's the Tech lighting them up. The Deagle from Liaz puts a 7th on the board for 100 Thieves. They still need 8 in a row to get this one to overtime.
I actually like that idea of what Yuri just did there. He threw that smoke off the left wall so he could jump around the cold zero spot and go through it or fight round it. Unfortunately, he gets spotted and spammed by the D-Tech combo. But yeah, that's a cool idea. If you get flash behind you and go through that smoke, that would be really annoying to deal with as a CT. Imagine like planting and someone just runs at you on that rail. Ugh. Okay, 100 Thieves, giving us some interest, giving us some excitement, but can you give us some more rounds as FURIA again want to change the pace? Oh, he loves doing this with the AWP. They might expect it. Grat's waiting. Oh, they're going to edge into his crosshair, and he flicks right down. There's a good trade. There's an M4 still here. Yuri, through the smoke, ends Liaz's life, and it's down to a 3-on-4.
FURIA are grouping up outside of this A side. Like, if 100 Thieves keep going, they're running into a 3-on-3. Azza is very, very deep as well, and he's the man with this bomb on his back. Has to be careful as he tries to retreat out from ramp, especially with that deep smoke down. Now, this is where we're going to see FURIA, similar to back on Inferno, where they would fight for an area of control, and then they would retake it later in the round and play off of that information. That's what they're aiming to do here at the A bomb site. And quite soon, they're going to get that dawning realization that it's no longer A. And we already see Henny kind of leaning towards B with his presence in middle. Keserato, armored only an MP9, has to buy time here at B for these rotations, because they are still a long ways away. Henny, first man to move in. Keserato hiding in his own smoke. Nobody checking it, and there's the attention drawn away by Henny. Grat gets one and is left in a 1v2. Now, both these players have rotated in from A, out through middle. He's tapped the bomb to try and bait a peek. And there's another for Grat, but out from the generator is Vinny to lock in that playoff spot for FURIA. They take this series 2-1.